way home. Today I would like to introduce to all of you about our company's background. So basically our company's name is Green IT, or some may pronounce it as Green IT, as we also include green technology in the process of our productions. It is conveniently located in the industrial area of Alostar, Kedah. So why do we set up Green IT? This is because the amount of disposal waste materials around the world is very high. It will cause a major problem if it didn't get handled wise. Me and a group of friends wanted to make a change in the world starting small, not only reducing the amount of disposal waste materials, but also recycle them into a new product. So how do we do it? We collect the waste materials from recycling centers. Currently, we have about 5 recycling centers in Kedah that receives the materials from the community. Next, we will recycle them and give them a second life to become a new product like shoes, t-shirts, jackets, backpacks, and so on. Green IT's mission is to inform and inspire people around the globe about the importance and the benefits of reducing, reusing, and recycling raw materials. We want to make the world a better place, an eco-friendly environment for everyone to live in. Our vision is to become the world's largest recycling company and a global leader in recycling raw materials that is well known by everyone. Green IT's objective is to ensure the recycling process is made as easy as possible for the customers. We also continually focus on managing and reducing the risk that will cause harm to the community and environment. Lastly, we ensure the products and services provided will achieve customer satisfaction to the maximum. That's all from me. I will pass it to the next person. Thank you.
My name is Fatin Anis Nadia binti Adarut alias Androt, matrix number 279102. Today I will explain more about what is management. Management is the process which allows individuals and other resources to get tasks accomplished by body 2017. Actually, there is no specific definition of management that has been universally accepted. After setting management, you will be able to get a lot of benefits, such as how to negotiate with outside organization or how to handle yourself in the workplace. And then there are some rewards of practicing management as well, such as where you will be able to extend your abilities and your superiority. Management in Green IT. Management resources have 5 assets that are most generally known as 5 M's, which is manpower, machine, material, money, and method. Manpower or human resources are physical and mental abilities that lead to the production process. In Green IT, we have our leader who makes long-term decisions about the organization's strategic path and to determine the priorities, the policies, and the strategies. In Green IT also, we have our own staff. We provide our own staff with varying role and obligations. Machine. Used for further manufacturing processes. Examples of machines are vehicles, machinery, instruments, tools, and computers. In Green IT, we use a particular machine for our product at all levels. The process of recycling starts with collecting the materials, where we use the truck, and then we dismantle the material into a small and easy manage using machines such as granulator or shredders. Material, something that has been used to produce products in the production process. Because our company is based on recycling, we use recyclable products such as glass, aluminium, electronics, plastics, metals, and various forms of papers. Even the products that we produce are made from recyclable materials, but we will ensure that the product that we produce has its own quality. Money make production run smoothly. It includes the consideration about financial, budget, cost, revenue, and expense. In Green IT, we will make sure that the money flows work efficiently, because we recognize the reality that everything in the company has used money to accomplish the corporate goals. The last one is method. Method is the process and techniques that used to produce a product. It pursues organizational goals efficiently and effectively. Based on the management model, our company, which is Green IT, will decide the method, and then we will work together to make sure that the operations go smoothly and profitably.
Hi Dr. Sarah and all my friends. My name is Chin Chi Ying, metric number 278998. I will continue to explain about what is organization. In simple words, organization is a structure in which people work together and perform their duties to attain some common goals. Organizational goals are strategic objectives that an organization's leadership team establishes to outline expected outcomes and guide employees' efforts. GreenIt is an environmental technology company and product-based organization which produces products from recycled materials. Our company's main goal is to create and increase environmental awareness among people. Besides that, organization is also defined as the process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, and establishing relationships. This enables people to work most effectively together in accomplishing objectives. Well, organization is said to be the backbone of management, as the management cannot perform its functions smoothly without efficient organization. Organizational management refers to the process of structuring, planning, and directing the resources and members of the organization to achieve its goals, which is normally carried by senior executives. Organization management goes well beyond a corporate structure. Organizational structure is defined as the pattern or network of relationships which exist among various positions. The establishment of formal relationships among the individuals working in the organization is very important to make clear the lines of authority in the organization. In order to improve our work efficiency, GreenIt has structured out an organization chart. The organizational chart represents our organization structure, which highlights different jobs, departments, and responsibilities that connect the company's employees with each other and to the management team. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello to Dr. Sarah and my fellow classmates. My name is Chan Wan Sin, metric number 278986. Today I'm going to share about one of the management functions, which is planning in our company GreenIt. So first, I'd like to start with the definition of planning. Generally, planning is defined as the function of management to set objectives and determine a course of action for achieving those objectives. In this process, the managers will also set long-term and short-term goals, and they should also ensure plans are related to the business strategy. So there are 5 processes of planning. The first one is establish organization objectives, mission, vision, and values. In GreenIt, we also have set our mission, vision, and values. So the next step is to assess the current reality. In this step, the manager will identify the organization's current position and the possible challenges that the organization may face when achieving the goals in the future. For example, in GreenIt, we use tools such as SWOT analysis and the BCG metrics in our planning process. So we found out that some of the challenges GreenIt may face in the future when achieving goals would be limited financial resources, limited access to the latest technology, insufficient manpower, and many more. The third step is to formulate the grand strategy, strategic, tactical, and operational plans. In this step, managers need to identify the suitable alternatives for the organization and evaluate the possibility of each alternative to success or fail. For example, in our company GreenIt, we want to increase our profit by 10%. So we found out that the possible alternatives would be lower the production cost, find cheaper resources, increase sales amount, and create new marketing plans. From these alternatives, we evaluate each and one of them, then only we find the most suitable alternative to lead us to achieve our organizational goal. The fourth step is to implement the strategy. After identifying the most suitable alternative, the organization needs to plan and implement the most suitable strategy. the manager needs to utilize manpower, time, and the resources to minimize waste and cost. In Green 8, we use techniques such as critical path analysis and Gantt chart to trace our working schedules. The critical path analysis helps us to estimate the maximum or minimum completion time, and the Gantt chart helps us to illustrate the project schedule. By using these two techniques, we will manage to minimize the project cost and time, and also utilize the resources used. Okay, this is an example of the critical path analysis and an example of the Gantt chart. The fifth step, which is the last step, is to maintain strategic control. Strategic control includes three main phases. The first one is measuring the organizational performance. After an alternative is implemented and completed, the manager needs to evaluate it, whether its performance reaches the standard required or not. If the performance did not meet the required standards, or it shows that it is slightly out of track, corrective actions are needed to pull it back on track. It is also important to plan ahead, which is to have backup plans to cover up when the plans are not working as expected. So this is all about our planning process. We will move on with our next step, which is organizing.
My name is Dayington and metric number is 279041. For my part, I would like to brief how the organizing in Green IT function. Organizing is one of the functions of management that help to establish the organization structure and also classify jobs and positions for employees based on their ability. Moreover, organizing is also a process that coordinates the resources efficiently according to the need and requirement based on each department. So, for our company, Green IT, develop an organization chart to organize the firm toward the goal. The purpose of organization chart is to classify the job according department, division of work, differentiated the level of manager, and as a communication between leader and subordinate. Based on the chart, clearly show that our organization has three levels, which is lower, middle, and upper management. The lower manager consists team leader and supervisor, which cause the performance of employee. Then the middle manager include the head of each department, which interpret company plan and set the action to achieve organization goal. Upper manager is CEO, which set the goal and make final decision for company. This is the organization chart of our company. For each department, they have different duty. First is collect department, equip and classify the main resources for further purpose. Next is transformation department. It manufacture the item that collect into the output that can sold to the customer. Sales department is responsible for making sales, grow business and retaining existing customer. Next, financial department is managed on firm's cash flow. It acquire the fund for the firm, manage funds and planning on the expenditure for asset. Customer service department is to help customer with information and complaint and give information on the product to the customer. Lastly, HR department is in charge of all the things that regarding to the employees. HR department providing labor law, recording keeping, hiring and training, and also the payroll with settled staff salary. Other than develop an organization chart, Green IT also sets some rules and regulations to organize the company. This is to ensure the work done with systematically. Example, set the office procedure manual for employees and the efficiency of employee could be increased. Lastly, we also focus on quality and quantity of our product. We try our best to provide the product that can satisfy customer need. Thank you.
My name is Fang Wenqi and my metric number is 278994. So today, I would like to share with you what is the leading in the management process and also how we as a manager of BPMN company to show our organization leadership. Leading is another of the basic functions within the management process. As Richard Duck says, leading is the use of influence to motivate employees to achieve organization goals. As the manager of Green E company, we will ensure that we have a leadership function to motivate employees, influence employees, and form an effective team. First, the management of Green E company will motivate employees by implementing the reward system. This is because employees should be given the rewards and incentives to motivate them to improve their productivity. For example, if employees have outstanding performance in the organization, we will give them the reward and incentives they deserve, so that they will keep consistent performance in the follow-up tasks. Usually, the reward system most often implemented by Green E companies is in the form of monetary, which is to provide some bonus to employees who complete the task. Besides, managers are responsible for keeping the performance of the department and our employees consistent with the overall organization goal. However, managers can have a direct influence on employees when performing the task. Therefore, managers should set an example for moral integrity and show cooperation and trust to employees. Managers who create such as a working environment can simulate the loyalty and trust among employees, and also improve the morale and performance. For example, Green E companies managers have a good working attitude, which make employees more confident and determined to follow the manager. In addition, managers of Green E company will form a team when performing each task to ensure that the task can be effectively complete. As a manager, we need to sit with team members and monitor their performance. In Green E company, we adopt a democratic leadership style. That is, the manager will discuss with employees to solve the problem, but the final decision is left to manager. For example, when there is a good discussion, we will let them speak and express their opinions. Besides, we also allow them to make some decisions on their own and allow them to work independently within specific guidelines. This is because we believe that this will provide better decision-making quality. Employees will be more active and determined, and more responsible for their own decisions, and also make them more responsible for their work and organization. So this is all for me in today. Thank you.
Hello to Dr. Sarah and my friends. I am Liu Yi from Group 5. I will continue our presentation about the last management function of our company, Green E, which is controlling. Controlling helps our company to ensure the ongoing projects or tasks are performed according to the plans. Basically, we follow the 4 steps in control process from the top levels to the lowest levels. First of all, we establish the standards and make sure it is clear, easy to understand, and measurable. We set the new standards by collecting the performance information and planning to avoid the mistakes that happened in previous projects. In this step, feed-forward control enables the employee to recognize our company goals and prevent them to repeat the same mistake or misbehavior as before. Quality management is also very important in order to ensure our recyclable materials are cleaned up and meet the standard quality. For example, employees must follow the standard hygiene policy in a production factory. Secondly, we measure the performance. This can be done through concurrent control. Managers able to discover irregularities or errors in the production process. They also need to balance the goal difficulty and employees' performance to enable the performance meets the standards. When the performance is low, managers must rearrange the job scope accordingly to their subordinates by following their own capabilities and strengths. Managers can motivate employees to boost their morale and improve the performance to meet the standard through management by objectives. Thirdly, we identify the difference between actual performance and the established standards by comparing them. If the performance exceeds the standards, we can say that our project is done successfully. In contrast, we detect the problems arisen which affect the performance result in below the standards. In Green It, we do analysis about the actual performance by collecting related information to provide the performance feedback. Finally, corrective actions are taken regarding the results in the feedback control. We are able to control the negative performance and bring it back on track if the corrective actions are being carried out on time. However, we only can provide performance information for future projects if the problems are inevitable for now. We also take total quality management approach to upgrade our products through innovation, employees training, and consumer satisfaction survey. Besides, we always detect more opportunities to open wider market and become more competitive than other recycling companies. As a conclusion, we explain a lot of details about the organization and management function for Green It. Last and not least, a successful organization must have its own goals and a well-executed management system. Well, that's all from our group. Thank you and bye everyone.